Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, doing a contest response video for Sconnie Tradition, and he's doing a 600 subscriber contest, and it's not sports card related, it's actually family related. Just talking about your family heritage, and I thought this was a pretty cool and interesting contest to do. A few years back, I found some letters that were written that my grandma saved after her mom died, going all the way back to 1864. There were some Civil War letters from a cousin of mine, and there's also letters going all the way up to almost when my great grandma died. So she saved them all, and I tried to get them all printed up for my grandma, put them in a few of the portfolio notebooks, and she loves to read them when she can, and it was just a fun thing to do for about a year. And then we also did a Ancestry.com family tree, and we were able to trace my family back, I believe, into the 1700s, but we do have a disc that a cousin of mine who done quite extensive work on the family tree gave me, but unfortunately we couldn't get it to work. But it's supposed to go back to like the 1500s or something like that. But Sconnie Traditions asked us, where exactly our heritage hails from, things like that. So we'll start with my mom's side. They mainly hail from Britain, France, and Germany. I would like to do an ancestry test to see exactly how much of what we are, but that'll hopefully be sometime in the future. But for the most part, those are the three main areas that my mom's family comes from. My grandma and grandpa both met, or both grew up in Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania, I'm sorry, not Philadelphia. Like Gold and Coudersport, Pennsylvania, little towns. They told me that they found out later that they're like fourth cousins or something like that. So it's kind of interesting. But that's primarily where our family came from. On my mom's side, New York, the East Coast countries. So that was the Conable and Burris family. Then there's also a few other names like Seeley. I have to try and figure out what my Ancestry.com password is. It's been years since I've logged into that to see all the names, but we traced it back pretty far. Then on my dad's side, so the Craig side, we primarily are Scottish British. The Craigs or the Krogs, so we were near the sea, where we came from. So pretty much Scots, Irish, British, all that stuff. So for the Craigs, and then his family primarily was in Texas, and my grandpa, my dad's dad, was a missionary to Mexico, where my dad grew up for about the first 10 years or so of his life, and so he speaks Spanish very well. But grandma is still alive in Del Rio, and then of course my grandma on my mom's side, or grandpa on my mom's side, just recently passed away, as you guys know if you've been following the channel a while. But both grandmas are still alive. And yeah, it's just, I guess one thing I can remember when doing those letters was, I've talked about this a little bit before, but when my cousin that we found the letters of from the Civil War, he was talking about how he was put on guard duty a few weeks before he got shot in a battle. Ended up having to go to a military hospital, but he was put on guard duty outside of Ulysses S. Grant's tent while they were making plans for a battle and stuff. So I thought that was kind of a little interesting fact in one of his letters, and it was pretty cool to go through. So come from a lot of military. There was a cousin also, I think actually uncle. No, it was a cousin. I'm pretty sure it was a cousin. Something like that. World War One. He talked about a lot of his experiences. He was primarily in France. Francis was his name. And then I have a lot of great uncles who were World War II on my grandma and grandpa's side, on the Connable side. World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and then I think my Uncle Fred and Uncle Willis retired about in the 80s, I believe. 80s or 70s. And then my great-grandpa on my dad's side is actually a Purple Heart recipient in World War II. He was a truck driver. He was there during D-Day. So that was a pretty cool thing to learn about actually quite recently. So again, a long line of military veterans. Of course, now we got a couple currently serving or recently have served, a couple cousins. So quite proud of our family heritage. So I do hope, Scott, this contest response meets your requirements. And then hopefully you guys will go check out his channel and see what he gets in. He gets in a lot of amazing vintage stuff, not just Packer stuff, but all kinds of stuff from all sports, and does a great job. Really nice video production. So I was definitely happy to be able to meet him through the Facebook group page almost about a year ago, I want to say, and it's been a lot of fun watching the channel. So please make sure you go check out his link down below, guys. And thanks for holding this contest, Scott, and congratulations on 600 subscribers. Alright, guys. See you later. Bye.